Hello, everyone. Hope you're all doing great. Today's the final day of 2018. Tomorrow, we're already going to be in 2019. So hope you all are excited for the future and what is to come. But also take this time to enjoy the final day of 2018. In this video, I'm going to highlight really quickly on how 2018 performed, as well as set some expectations for you for 2019. January, right off the go in 2019 is going to be very busy, and I'll highlight those three key things that you should be looking out for as an investor. So with that being said, let's jump straight into the video. So as most of you might already know, the stock market today, it closed for the S&P, it closed 2018 down negative 7%. And you might remember that the S&P has been green every single year ever since the financial crisis about 10 years ago. So this is very different from what most people are used to. Most of the losses came in the final quarter in Q4 from October all the way to December. So let's try to kind of move on from this very gloomy situation here and actually look forward to 2019. So let's see what we have going on, because it's good to also look forward. So let's dig right into it. So I have a article here where it kind of breaks out like the very important dates for 2019, and I'll actually post this link in the description below, and I'm not going to go over all of this today. There's really only three key things I want to talk about. And as you can see here, the three main issues I want to discuss with you is all happening in January. So please have this on your calendar. Number one would be the first week, January 7th, 2019, would be the US and China discussing any updates to the trade war negotiations. Second topic would be the second week. This would be on January 14th. This would be the corporate earnings that you should really look out for. And the third things to put on your radar is the Federal Reserve meeting at the end of January. So actually, let's talk over the first topic. So the U.S. and China going over updates to the trade war. So here's a nice video I actually want to show it to you, because I think it's almost comical. It's a quick about 10-second clip from Donald Trump. So please take a moment to listen to what he has to say and wish for you as well.
Well, I'm at the White House working. You're out there partying tonight, but I don't blame you. Enjoy yourselves. We're going to have a great year. Have a really, really happy New Year. So
as you can see, Trump is working very hard in the White House, and he's wishing you all a happy New Year. So the first topic, so going back to what I was saying, one thing that Trump might be working on in the White House right now would possibly be getting the bullet points that he wants to talk about for the U.S. trade negotiation with China. We're going to have a U.S. trade team that will be traveling to Beijing, and the hope here is for them to get much closer to getting a resolution on the tariff war that has been happening. Now, as you may recall, that the U.S., they did delay the tariff. It was actually supposed to go from 10% tariff on $200 billion worth of Chinese import. To prevent that 10% from rising to 25%, it was supposed to actually happen on January 1st, so tomorrow in 2019. But the U.S. and China did push it out until March 2nd. So really, this January 7th meeting is just an update to see where talks are at. And not too long ago, just about 2 days ago, Donald Trump, he mentioned on Twitter how he had a very long and very good call with President Xi of China. Now, this is actually very important because he's highlighting here that big progress is being made. So for investors, what you might actually want to look for is maybe a rally during this week, and it'll be interesting to see how the market reacts to this news. And just so you all, here's a very nice visual for you all to kind of look at. So the U.S. trade deficit with China in 2017 is almost $400 billion. We mainly import from China about $500 billion worth of goods. So the issue with China and the U.S. right now, they're only looking at $200 billion worth of goods. And if they don't come to a resolution, then the tariff percentages will go up to 25% for whatever we import from China. So this is a very nice infographic. I'll also post this in my description for you to look at. Now, the second issue I want to talk about is the corporate earnings that should be happening 1 week after the U.S. and China meet. And the reason why this is significant is because this is where you have a lot of your banks reporting. So your Wells Fargo, your Citi, your JP Morgan, First Republic Bank. Most of these will be reporting in the first week. And after this week, we'll get much more heavy earnings report from your other tech companies later in the 3rd and 4th week of January. So this is on Yahoo Finance. You can find all the earnings report here. And the reason why this is significant for investors is because this will actually give the investors a pretty good idea on how companies are behaving. Are they being affected by the Federal Reserve interest rate hikes? And also see if any of these companies are being affected by the trade war with China. So very important to look out for right out the gate in January. And just in case you're curious, more of like when you look at your cyclical sectors, so for example, your home builders or like your financial banks, in the past 1 year, they fell, as you can see here, more than 20%. Your home builders are down almost 30%. Now, that's why the earnings report will be very key to see whether they're growing or whether these cyclical sectors, including like semiconductors, are contracting. Semiconductors meaning like AMD, NVIDIA, MU, Lam Research. These will be very telling. So keep a close eye on the earnings. Now, the third thing I want to discuss with you is really the Federal Reserve meeting at the end of January. And here's the FOMC meeting. They are meeting in January, and they're not going to hike, but it's important to keep this date on your radar because there might be important news from what Powell or other people from the Federal Reserve will talk about. And we'll see if they kind of become more dovish with their tone of voice in regards to Fed hike, as well as the quantitative tightening and reduction in their balance sheet. We'll see if they're going to signal any of that to the market at all. So with all that being said, those are the three main topics I want investors to focus on, especially in January. I know, this is the final day in 2018, so please enjoy it with your friends. Enjoy this moment with your friends, and also, reflect back on your hard year. Think about what went well, what didn't go so well as planned, and actually set expectations and look forward to 2019. This is your year to make it great. So have fun with it. Hope this video was extremely helpful for you. If it was, please smash that like button. Please subscribe as well. If you drop a comment below, I promise you I'll reply back. I'll share with you my thoughts as well. So thank you all again for your time to watch this video. See you in 2019. See you guys. Bye.